r/off my chest. Just keep it anonymous says. I dislike women whose whole personality is being a mother. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'm more angry at women who behave like being a mother is now the one and only thing they are, or society for expecting this of women and not of men. I have many friends and acquaintances who became parents in the last years. Some for the first time, some for second. And I notice how out of these people, the women changed a lot. One acquaintance comes to mind. She was fun and wild, or at least that was my impression. After she became a mother, everything changed. There is nothing that interests her anymore which does not revolve around the child. The only thing she ever talks about is her child, or at most, domestic chores. Other women I know are very similar. They used to have personality, hobbies, interests, to hold a conversation. They are just mothers now. With their mom groups and mom interests, and their whole lives are built around their children and nothing else. If you try to change the subject for a minute, they just change it back to the children. Some of them no longer maintain relationships with people who are not parents on purpose. A lot of these women quit their jobs, or are taking prolonged leave of absence purposefully, to focus on the child. The fathers though, that is a whole different story. For those of the fathers I know, nothing much has changed. They seem to be the very same people with same hobbies and interests as before, just with children. I was spending some time today with one such dad who I know has just an ordinary person with a child. He can hold a conversation about things and interests not involving the child. Even though said child was there, it never looked like his whole persona as being a dad. I don't know why these people irritate me so much. Maybe it plays on my own fears for motherhood. Maybe it makes me angry because I can't understand for the life of me why would someone purposefully limit themselves so and change themselves so drastically when it is absolutely unnecessary. Or maybe it's because the community or society I live in expects mothers to no longer be their own people and be full-time mothers when fathers are awarded and praised for dung bear. Fewplant 2715 says, I think a lot of the time they literally do not have time and aren't supported enough to continue having their own life. Many people do not consider a mother's personal life to matter and aren't going to watch the kid and help her get a pickleball or what have you, and furthermore may gaslight them about doing the slightest thing for themselves. There's a lot of other factors I'm sure, but that's what comes to my mind first. Ankit 1000 says, facts. When I stayed with my sibling after they had kids, I initially felt that way. But as I started to get involved and experienced in all the activities, prepping child-friendly meals, playtime, nap time, diaper changes, etc., I began to understand it's less about it being your personality and more about it being your day. Like this is the activity you are involved in currently, and you would like to share that with other people whose day was quite similar. And being a parent or guardian to a child is a personality change. It's a skill that you acquire, and you're in a zone of exercising that skill daily. So of course you would want to talk about it and improve it / share your difficulties with it. This applies to both women and men who raise children. Lots of fathers I know behave the same way as well. I think this whole post is due to Op's own projection of the fear of becoming boring if / when they have kids. r/off my chest. Username here 420 says, my boyfriend triggers me. NSFW possible trigger warnings. My 43 female, partner 40 male, swears at me and calls me names when he's angry at me. He'll call me mother, frick, a piece of shit, asshole, dumb b, #ch, a frick, ein weirdo, not normal, prick, yells frick, you, and if I try to say anything, interrupting him, when he's very angry he'll scream shut the frick up repeatedly. I have PTSD, and he knows screaming / swearing at me triggers me. We've been partners / living together for about 6 years. I'm the $$ breadwinner, 6 digits / not. Too shabby, he gets a disability check. He contributes financially, but thinks nothing of me paying for every meal, date and all / any entertainment. Like he's entitled. And he spends hundreds on himself each month. Literally. I haven't even been able to share this frustration with him. I'm afraid he'll get upset. I'm sad. I don't know what I'm expecting from this post. Any advice? Kind words? Please just be nice. I'm feeling tired. FYI, we do love each other. Have great S3X. He can be my best. Like Diamore says. He is abusive. Or Joy2X says. It's easy to think people who get abused are in a constant hell and the abuser is a monster 24/7. That's not how it works. They will be kind to you just enough to make you forgive the abuse, and once you've been together long enough you'll find it harder and harder to leave. Please leave him, I promise it gets worse. iWattle1122 says. He doesn't love you. If he did he wouldn't treat you like shit. I'm sorry you can't see if and don't want better for yourself. You hold all the cards, move on. Trying Toba Cheeky says. He is an abuser. Read why does he do that? Inside the minds of angry and controlling men. There is a free PDF online. It will save your life. Hikostas says. He gets a disability check. So you playing mommy to a 40-years-old teenager? If your daughter had a real winner of a total sarcasm /s boyfriend like this, what would you tell her exactly? He can be my best friend. Yes, but is he? r/off my chest. Radiant Wolverine 969 says. I think I fell in love with my FWB. She was an ex-coworker, and we only started texting / flirting after I left my job. We met up 3 times over the course of July / August. I have never had a problem with feelings from casual sex, but this was the only time I had repeat, consistently good sex with someone. She is so kind, nice, and attractive, but I just never felt that thing that made me really want to try to commit. Regardless, I ended it because I was catching these surface level feelings from repeat sex I wasn't sure I could handle. A week later, I asked to take back me ending it, and she was fine with it, but turns out 3 weeks later, she is now seeing someone who she thinks has the potential for a serious relationship with. I accept it because I think it's for the best and that's the arrangement we had, but still hurts, man. The feelings got stronger for a few days once I realized it was over. Maybe from now on, I can't have casual sex like that anymore. So _lost_him_faded says. You ended it for a reason. The feelings got stronger for a few days once I realized it was over might be classic anxiety. They always do when you let that person go. At that moment your brain isn't thinking straight. I don't agree with others who are telling you to pursue her. You had your shot, and per your words, you didn't want to commit to her. Let her be with somebody who does. Snowwoods5744 says. You aren't in love with her, you loved the way she made you feel. As you stated, it was all surface level. You two in time would have found things about the other you didn't like. And you know she likes someone else and is with them now. It'll hurt a bit, but you now know. You two had a small window. And you two both decided to not pursue it. Just get some distance and try to move on. Push Discombobulated 8 says. Casual sex is detrimental to men as it is women. Have sex with women you fancy and not just on the surface level. Sashiaban says. Damn, I feel this. I wanted to initiate a FWB with an ex-coworker, but stopped myself because I was already catching feelings by just us hanging out and texting. Sex would have made that a million times worse. I don't want/need a relationship right now, but I miss hanging out with them. R/off my chest. Salt specific 381 says. 28 straight F. Seriously contemplating hiring escort to lose virginity. I'm a 28 years old straight female. Conventionally I'm not ugly, but I'm really introverted, and I have been very focused in my career for the last couple years. For whatever reason, I was never in a romantic relationship and I have not even kissed anyone before. I would consider myself sexually frustrated. I masturbate regularly with a vibrator. And at this point, I'm putting sex on a pedestal. I'm on Tinder or Bumble, but I get this crippling fear when I actually need to meet someone new in real life. I want casual sex, but I don't want to be judged/don't know how to explain why I'm so inexperienced. I'm currently in Germany, where sex work is legal. I have also found a couple straight male escorts with good reviews. Debating whether I should go ahead and pull the trigger. Any views? Big_solution_1065 says. Nothing wrong with that, but you could also just be honest with someone you meet and tell him it's your first time. The right person will make you feel comfortable despite your fear. Winwheelful Alep says. Fellow woman here. I won't just have it with anyone. Maybe find someone on dating apps and have actual good conversation and bring it up. If you would like. Personally I'm happy I waited and found someone I really like to lose mine. But dating apps are easy way for introverted PPL like you to meet someone. Get to know them online, get comfortable. Dr_Riad_ says. Just do what you are comfortable with, don't let others decide for you. Curious_life_ast says. The sound of your inbox getting blitzkrieged. Stunner Ghost 2600 says. 27 meters here, I was in a similar situation, never in a relationship, never kissed. I was getting frustrated with how I'd never experienced sex, and since I never really cared about how I had my first, I ended up in the red light district of Amsterdam a couple years ago. It wasn't worth it, baseless and emotionless sex just didn't do it for me. The woman was stunning, but I couldn't even keep my friend up throughout. I take relationships as a whole way too seriously, and I'm sure my first one will be as much of a disaster, but I think I'm fine with that. Age is at least treating me well, so I'll meander until I find someone. That said, I'm still glad I did it as it helped me sort out my feelings. Story aside, I don't think you're going to find yourself a sexpert after spending a night with an escort, and it'll probably be a distilled experience where you can tell it's a lot of going through the motions. Maybe that's what you're after though, just getting through that first experience of undressing in front of another person you're about to engage in coitus with. In that case, have at it. That's all for this video, thank you for watching, please subscribe.